is up, YouTube. How y'all doing? Yeah. Check it out without a doubt, dude. I'ma be down here all night long, man. It's gonna be 4 o'clock before I roll out. Check this out, man. It is 2:30 in the morning. I've been showing some become a Patreon, help support the channel. I've been actually showing some footage of when I was in the Philippines and things that I did in the Philippines. Yeah. I think this is the one.
No, we ain't gonna
I'm looking for something.
You know, that's what all this.
So
tattoos tonight, baby. Not after Red Horse time. Hey, cousin, Boogie,
this is
baby.
me in the Philippines.
Never learned to swim. Can't do the underwater boogie, baby.
Here we go.
Shoot, back in the day, I've been right down there with him.
This is called moon fishing.
I'm like, what we
call
looking
this
for,
moon fishing.
He's drowning.
He's drowning.
He fishing. They got a
smoke. Look, he's smoking everything. You gotta hold your breath for a long time. He underwater boogie, baby.
Oh my God! Hey, you gotta cut that out.
Cut that out. You gonna scare the fish? Oh my God!
You gonna scare the fish? Hey man, you
horse time. Oh my goodness, this is.
Oh man,
fishing is over with. You done scared the fish. All the fish gone. No
That's
more
moon
fish.
Oh my God!
No more fish.
Oh my gracious!
On that note, stay tuned for station identification.
Oh my gracious! I can't believe he did that. That's what you call, that's what you call moon fishing right there. Man, that is funny. Anyway, now we go to sad. God dang it. Rest in peace. We still looking for the reason why, the story behind it and everything. I've been covering this because he was one of my favorite actors, man. He was one of my favorite actors, man. And FBI discovered secret tunnel under Gene Hackman's mansion. They turn pale when they see what's inside. Give him a thumbs up. Lord have mercy. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Hey, let's check this bad boy out.
Gene Hackman and his wife took a shocking turn when FBI investigators uncovered a secret tunnel beneath their $4 million New Mexico mansion. What they found inside left them stunned and speechless. The hidden passageway, buried deep under the estate, has sparked endless speculation. Was it tied to their deaths, or did it hide something far more sinister? As authorities remain tight-lipped, what could have possibly turned their faces pale? Mysterious contents. When FBI agents first entered the hidden tunnel beneath Gene Hackman's mansion, they were met with a sight that left them speechless. The dark, damp space was filled with mysterious contents that seemed to be waiting for someone to uncover them.
Hold up, man. Is this real or this some bull that somebody made up? I think he making this up as he go, man, to be honest. But let's see.
As they shone their flashlights around, the eerie glow revealed a collection of items that sparked curiosity and speculation. Among the first things they noticed were old crates stacked against the walls. Some were covered in dust, suggesting they hadn't been touched in years. What could be inside? As agents carefully opened a few of the crates, they found a mix of strange objects. Some contained old photographs, faded and worn, showing people who looked like they belonged to another time. Others held stacks of yellowed papers, possibly journals or letters that hinted at secrets long kept. One crate even held a collection of peculiar tools, some of which looked like they belonged to a craftsman, while others appeared more like equipment used for strange experiments. The agents exchanged glances, wondering what kind of activities had taken place in this hidden space. As they dug deeper, they discovered odd symbols etched into the walls and strange markings on the floor, raising even more questions. Were these remnants of Hackman's past, or did they point to something more sinister? Each item sparked wild theories about what Hackman might have been involved in. The contents of the tunnel now hold the key to a mystery that many want to solve. As investigators continue to piece together the story behind these strange finds, the public eagerly awaits each new detail, hoping to uncover the truth hidden away in the shadows. Estate's value and secrecy. Gene Hackman's estate is known for its high value and hidden secrets. Valued at around $4 million, this grand property stands as a symbol of wealth and a life of mystery. Tucked away in a quiet and secluded area, the mansion is surrounded by tall walls and a strong gate, ensuring privacy for its occupants. Every detail, from the well-kept gardens to the spacious rooms, adds to the estate's impressive reputation. Beyond its beautiful exterior and secure design, recently, investigators made an unexpected discovery: a secret tunnel beneath the property. This hidden passage has added a new twist to a home already filled with whispers and unanswered questions. Many now wonder if the tunnel served as an escape route during times of danger, or if it was built to hide important documents and treasured items. The tunnel raises questions about the true story of the mansion and the secret life of its owner. The estate's value is not just measured in dollars, it is also defined by the layers of mystery that surround it. The careful planning and strong security suggest that steps were taken to keep certain parts of the life here hidden from the world.
It's only 10 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it play, man. It's a good story. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I don't believe it. I think somebody that made up this story puts shame on you if you did this, you know. So I think somebody made up the story and attached tunnels to it and put it all together. There ain't no proof. Ain't no proof up in this joint. So this right here, I'm letting y'all know.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
That's my man. So that's a good time to use him. Now back to this story. So y'all can click away if you want. I wouldn't even mind. I let me know in the comments if you think it's a bullshit. You know, here we go.
Each new clue uncovered makes the estate even more intriguing. As investigators continue to explore the tunnel and other hidden areas, the story behind Gene Hackman's home grows even more fascinating.
So far,
In
no
the end,
facts.
This property is much more than a luxurious residence. It is a vault of secrets waiting to be revealed. These details enhance the estate's allure, stirring whispers among locals and experts alike, as every discovery adds weight to the mystery and leaves everyone longing for the truth beyond measure. Hidden tunnel discovery. The shocking discovery of a hidden tunnel beneath Gene Hackman's grand estate has raised many questions among the people who once admired the legendary actor. The tunnel, concealed under thick layers of soil, was found by FBI agents investigating the mysterious circumstances around Hackman's recent death.
They never said they found any tunnels, did they? You know, all this is new to me, man. So I'm letting y'all know, man. I'm neutral in this, man. But at the same time, what I seen them police officers. We did a reaction of the police officers talking, right? And they didn't say that they found no daggone cotton picking tunnels.
Many wonder how something so secret could remain unknown in his otherwise impressive property. Early reports say that the tunnel may have been built years ago, possibly for radical purposes, or maybe as a simple passageway for privacy. Some suggest it could lead to a hidden safe room, while others believe it might connect to nearby properties. As investigators explore deeper, they face strange clues that hint at possible hidden documents or unusual equipment. One agent even described finding odd symbols scratched into the walls, though details remain vague. Did Hackman hide evidence of an undisclosed project? Or did he simply enjoy the thrill of owning a secret, secluded underground hideaway? Officials are also reviewing property records to see if local builders or previous owners knew about this underground structure. Some neighbors recall stories of workers who vanished after a single day on the job. Others think it could be nothing more than an old escape route. Still, the sudden focus on the tunnel has people talking. For now, the hidden tunnel remains a puzzle. With each passing day, more rumors spread about secret treasures or dealings beneath Hackman's home. Whether it proves to be a simple relic or a key to a grand mystery, this find has captured the public's imagination and refuses to let go. Connection to suspicious deaths. The discovery of a hidden tunnel beneath Gene Hackman's mansion has raised eyebrows and sparked intense speculation about its connection to the suspicious deaths of the actor and his wife, Betsy. As investigators dug deeper into the mystery, many started to wonder if the tunnel held clues that could explain what really happened in their final days. With Hackman's recent passing and the strange circumstances surrounding it, the tunnel's existence feels like more than just a coincidence. Some believe it could have served as a secret escape route, allowing someone to enter or leave the house unnoticed. This idea leads to troubling questions. Was someone trying to avoid being seen? Or worse, were they trying to hide something? As investigators sift through the mysterious contents found in the tunnel, they are looking for any links to the couple's deaths. Old documents, photographs, and unusual items might reveal a hidden life that Hackman kept from the public eye. The eerie symbols found on the walls only add to the intrigue, as they could suggest a deeper story involving secret dealings or hidden relationships. Neighbors and friends have begun to share their own theories. Some recall odd conversations they had with Hackman, hinting at trouble in his life that nobody knew about. Others remember strange visitors coming and going from the estate, raising questions about who might have been involved. As the investigation continues, the connection between the tunnel and the suspicious deaths remains unclear. Every new piece of evidence could either clarify the mystery or deepen it. The world watches closely, eager for answers that might reveal the truth behind the shadows of Hackman's life and untimely death. Authorities' silence. In times of mystery and strange discoveries, one thing can be most unsettling: the silence of the authorities. After the unsettling events at Gene Hackman's estate, where hidden tunnels and odd evidence were found, officials have chosen to speak very little. This silence has only added fuel to the fire of rumors and wild guesses. People are looking for clear answers about what really happened at the mansion. Despite several visits by FBI agents who carefully searched the secret tunnel and uncovered mysterious items, authorities have kept details under wraps. Instead of giving a clear story, they offer only brief statements that leave many questions unanswered. This lack of information has made families, neighbors, and curious onlookers feel left in the dark. The quiet response from those in charge has intensified the mystery, driving the public to speculate about hidden secrets and possible cover-ups. With each press conference and news report, the authorities' limited words seem to hint that there might be more to the story than they are ready to share. Every time reporters ask for more details, only vague replies are given. This ongoing silence is like an unopened book, holding secrets that many are desperate to learn. Social media buzzes with theories, and everyday people are piecing together clues, wondering if there is a deeper truth behind the guarded answers. For now, the story remains wrapped in quiet mystery. The silence of the authorities makes it difficult to know what is fact and what is rumor. As days go by, the hope grows that someone will soon break that silence and share the truth behind the astonishing events at Hackman's estate. Potential evidence. The hidden tunnel under Gene Hackman's estate has opened up a trove of potential evidence that may finally help crack this puzzling case. Investigators noticed several unusual items inside and are now working carefully to piece together the mystery behind them. Among these finds are old cell phones with many unread messages, a worn planner filled with scattered notes and dates, and several bottles of medicine that seem out of place. Each of these objects raises questions about the secret life that might have taken place behind these closed doors. The damaged cell phones, their screens cracked and covered in dust, might hold hidden conversations or contact lists that point to secret meetings. The tattered planner shows appointments and notes that could reveal a timeline of events no one expected to see. Meanwhile, the medicine bottles hint at the possibility of strange treatments or dark schemes that were carefully hidden from the public eye. Together, these items form a puzzle that investigators hope will lead to a clearer picture of what truly happened at the estate. Every small detail is being examined by experts who search for links between the objects. They are checking the messages, dates, and even the handwriting in the planner to find any clue that might point to a larger hidden story. Although it is still too early to draw any firm conclusions, the potential evidence gives hope that the truth will come to light. With each new finding, investigators move a step closer to solving one of the most puzzling mysteries in recent times. As the investigation continues, every small detail is recorded. Even one crucial note in the planner or a faint fingerprint might be the key clue needed to finally crack this mystery.
I would love to click on this disturbing footage, but I know it's more bull. But one of the things I want to say real quick, man, is God dang it, I knew it wasn't gonna stop.
Gives hope that the truth will come to light.
Wait a minute, probably right here. Oh, yeah, man, my man.
Every small detail is being examined by experts who search for links between the objects.
It's one of my favorite actors.
They are
man.
checking the messages, dates,
That's
and even
all
the
I wanted to
handwriting in
say.
the planner to find any clue that might point.
I remember this movie. I remember 99% of all the movies that is in this video. Forrest Gump. Dude, this is some bull, young. I'm gonna go ahead and upload this video. So hoping that somebody will watch it and say, this might be, are you sure this is? Yeah, I'm letting you know this is bull. There's no evidence, right? There's no evidence. Now I seen another video, y'all. Hold up. Let's make sure. Let's see what this one says. There's no evidence in the whole video.
Hey everyone, it's Lucky with Unfiltered Lucky. And today I want to talk about Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa. Now, as we go through this video, if I sound a little bit more familiar than just watching a few news stories and doing some research, it's because I knew Gene Hackman. So him and I did not hang out on the weekends. We were not, good friends like that. But I knew Gene Hackman for years. Now, it had been years since I spoke to him, but I am very familiar with him and his wife. I'm also very familiar with this house. I know this property. I've been there numerous times. So as I was hearing the story on the news about what had happened, I could kind of replay everything in my head as to where it was inside the house. So I have a little bit of inside knowledge about what may have happened. So I want to start out by talking about Gene and his wife, Betsy. Gene was a very, very famous actor. He was 95 years old. He had been around for a very, very long time. And
damn, I didn't know he was 90. I knew he was old. 95 years old. God, dog.
And he was in a lot of hit movies in the 90s. Some amazing blockbuster movies. And his wife, Betsy, was a classical pianist. So Gene was also a writer and a painter. He was a very good artist. They were both very extremely talented. Something else that was really important to Gene and his wife, Betsy, were their dogs. They had a love for dogs. So that's going to kind of come into the story here in just a little bit. Let's start out by talking about the information that's already been reported. I have some inside information, and we'll be talking about that throughout this video. But let's begin with the details that have already been released. I want to start out by describing the area where Gene and Betsy lived and where they were found. They lived in the Hyde Park area of Santa Fe, New Mexico, which is a very exclusive area just north of the city of Santa Fe. It's on a mountain and it's wooded. There's a lot of brush. So it's very private. It's very secluded. And that's the reason that celebrities and millionaires build in this area. It's next to a small private airport, and the views from this area are incredible. From Gene Hackman's back patio, you could see all the way to the Colorado mountains. So these are high dollar properties, and Gene Hackman and Betsy have lived there since the mid-90s. So they've been there for a very long time. They have a very big property. They lived on 12 acres, and their main house, I want to say, was over 10,000 square feet. Their guest house was approximately 2,500 square feet. So this was basically a compound. It's a very, very big property, and it's not the type of property that someone might just stumble upon. It's not a neighborhood where you have houses right next to one another. It's very secluded, and that's why a lot of celebrities and millionaires build their homes here. On Wednesday, the exterminator, who was going to be servicing Gene and Betsy's home, went to their house and thought it was odd that they didn't see anybody. Nobody came to the door, and there was already some maintenance workers who had been working around this house that thought it was strange that nobody was home. I mean, Gene was 95 years old, so he spent a lot of time at home. So he began looking through the windows, and he looked through a window and he could see Betsy laying on the bathroom floor. So he immediately called 911. Now, when he called 911, he let them know that the house was locked up, so he couldn't get inside. He was seeing this from outside the window, and all he could see was Betsy laying on the bathroom floor. Now, she was on the floor of a guest bathroom that was right by the front door. So he called 911, and Santa Fe Sheriff's Department showed up on scene. Now, he would have had to go down to the bottom of the hill and basically take them up to the house. There's a really long drive that leads from the main road to Gene Hackman and Betsy's house. There's also a gatehouse at the bottom of that area. So, like I said, this isn't the type of house that someone is just going to stumble upon. If somebody's at this house, they probably either know Gene and Betsy or they know this house. So when law enforcement got there, they say that the front door was partially opened. Now, when this exterminator called 911, he said that the house was locked down, and that's why he was looking through the window. But reports say that the front door was partially opened. Now, when law enforcement gained entry...
And that was the part that kind of twisted me up. Like, wait a minute. Make up your mind. The door was partially open. Why the guy that called 911 didn't go in? Oh, that's very interesting right there. So why the police ain't say, yo, man, the door's open. You said that you couldn't get in. If I come to a house to do some work and I see the lady laying on the ground, the first thing I'm going to do is run in there and try to, or at least if I call 911, if I'm looking through the window and I see a lady laying on the ground and I see blood and all this type of stuff, it all depends on the scenario. If I've been going to this lady's house over and over again and I see somebody laying on the ground, I might run through the front door and try to get in to help her right then and there, and while I'm calling 911. Or since you see the lady lying on the ground, I ain't checked to see. I ain't even check. I just came over here. This is where I need to do my work at. This is where the box at, right outside this window. When I looked in the window, I seen her. You know, that ain't the case right now. Right now, you're saying that you said that the daggone house was locked up. How do you know? Why would you say that if you didn't know the front door open? The front door open, dog. You said the house was locked up. Why would you say the house was locked up and you ain't even freaking check? That bothers me right there. That's number one. That's the first thing that bothers me.
And went into the home. They found, but reports say that the front door was partially opened. Now, when law enforcement gained entry and went into the home, they found Gene Hackman deceased in the mudroom of his house. They also found his wife, Betsy 𝗟𝗡𝗞𝗦, deceased on the bathroom floor of the guest bathroom. And they also found one of their dogs deceased in a closet that was also in the same bathroom where Betsy was found. So it seemed odd, you know, that everybody who was alive, including the dog inside this house, was deceased. So they thought the same thing that I thought when I heard this information, and that was that there had to be a gas leak, maybe carbon monoxide. So they called New Mexico Gas out, and New Mexico Gas determined that there was no gas leak and no risk of carbon monoxide. So that's when things got kind of odd because, you know, how did all three of them become deceased simultaneously? When Gene Hackman's body was found, investigators said that it looked like he had taken a hard fall. And as I said, he was found in the mudroom of the house. Now,
what is a mudroom?
Was found on the bathroom floor. Law enforcement also stated that it looked like she had taken a hard fall. Now, there was a lot of prescription medication kind of scattered around the guest bathroom, kind of scattered around Betsy. And then they found their dog inside the closet of this bathroom. Now, law enforcement determined that there was no sign of struggle or no sign of violence. You know, it looked like they had all just passed away. So initially, investigators came out and said that they didn't believe that there was any sign of foul play. But of course, you know, those of us who are following this story were like, how did, you know, two individuals and one dog all die simultaneously by natural causes? I mean, that just didn't make sense. Gene was 95 years old, but Betsy was only 64 years old. So how did both Gene and Betsy pass away and the dog all at the same time? Now, when they found these bodies, they said that decomposition had already set in, and they also said that there was mummification. So they had been deceased for an extended period of time. And now we know that they believe that they were deceased for approximately somewhere around 9 days. So they had been inside the house for approximately 9 days. Now, that was another thing. There were two other dogs that were outside in the backyard, and they were fine. So everybody in the house was deceased, and the two dogs outside were fine. A lot of
Now, he's saying both dogs was outside. When I first heard the story, they said one of the dogs that was deceased was inside, but there was another dog inside, but he wasn't deceased. And there was one dog outside that wasn't deceased. So there was two dogs that was still living on the property. One was inside, one was outside. And that's what threw them off on whatever, something was in the air that killed these three. When I say three, I'm including the dog. But one of the dogs didn't die. Why the other dog didn't die? That's the mystery behind this part right here. But he's saying both dogs was outside. Make up y'all mind, man.
In the backyard, and they were fine. So everybody in the house was deceased, and the two dogs outside were fine.
So you keep saying that he was outside.
Had gone by. So it makes you wonder, you know, why didn't anybody check on them for 9 days? I mean, almost 2 weeks. It seems like someone would have checked on them. This was a big house. They had maintenance workers, and they had people around this house that hadn't seen this couple for almost 2 weeks. So it seems strange that nobody had checked on them in that long. It also didn't make sense, you know, the gas leak and the carbon monoxide, because they would have been in there for almost 2 weeks. And when law enforcement entered the house, it seems as though they would have either smelled gas or realized that there was this type of problem. But now we know that there was no gas leak and there was no sign of carbon monoxide. Something else that seemed odd was that nothing was out of place. Nothing seemed to be missing. So it didn't appear to be a robbery attempt gone bad or anything like that. It just appeared as though they had all passed away. Now, something else I was thinking about was it doesn't appear that they had any security cameras. They're basically relying on digital evidence from Betsy's phone, but it doesn't appear that there were any security cameras around this area. So that kind of adds to the mystery because they can't go back and look and see what happened. I want to talk a little bit about what I think may have happened. And this is just a theory. This is something that I think is a possibility. Now, is there a possibility that there was foul play? Absolutely. but there's no signs of foul play. No signs of forced entry, no signs of struggle, no signs of violence, no markings on Jean or Betsy that would indicate that there was something physical that happened inside this house. So I think, and this is just my opinion.
What do you think?
I think that Gene Hackman passed away in the mudroom. And I think that it's a good possibility that Betsy found him, and out of, anxiety and haste, she began taking some medication. Maybe it was, from what I've heard, it was anti-anxiety medication, antidepressant medication, something like that. So I think that after she found Gene deceased, maybe she went into this guest bathroom and took some medication. And maybe in her haste, she took too much. And it's a possibility that she might have OD'd. But what about the dog? How did the dog end up in the closet? Because the first thing that I thought was maybe the dog ate some of this medication, because they said that it was scattered all around her. So I was thinking that it's a possibility that maybe the dog ate some of the medication. But
nope.
That wouldn't explain why the dog was in the closet. And this was a German Shepherd.
Well, no, I don't think the dog would have ate the medicine. Dogs don't eat stuff that's not food. They would smell it. They won't even eat vegetables and fruits and stuff like that unless you force it on them to eat it. That's why I keep shaking my head. No, I don't think the dog ate the medicine. A dog know better. Then every now and then, because there was a story about a dog was eating all these marbles, and they had to pump the dog's stomach out. Why was you eating these damn marbles, dog? In today's society, man, maybe when she fell, some pills got over there to where the dog was in the cage, and the dog was in a cage though. The dog was locked up, man. Oh my God. This is a mystery, man. Mystery and a half, boy. Good gracious.
So
let's go.
This wasn't a small dog. I think that it's possible that Betsy may have OD'd. And I also think not intentionally. I think it's very possible that Betsy may have been taking this medication. Mm-hmm. She, was having a lot of anxiety. Obviously, she just found her husband deceased. And I think that that's how she met her fate in that guest bathroom. I think that the dog was closed up in that closet in the guest bathroom for 9 days. So it's very possible that that's how the dog lost his life. He had no water. He had no food for 9 days. So I think it's very possible that it was a chain reaction, one thing after another. And when law enforcement got there, it was just a very strange situation. Because, that would be odd for 3 lives to be lost simultaneously due to natural causes. That would seem really odd. So now law enforcement has come out and said that they are ruling these deaths as suspicious, and they're continuing this investigation. So as more information comes out about Gene and Betsy and their dog, I'll come on here and update y'all on what I'm hearing and what I'm learning about, because the details are strange. So I'm going to stay on top of this case because there's a lot of information that's still coming out, and there's a lot of details that are still being investigated. At this point, it doesn't sound like there was any foul play. It doesn't sound as though someone went into this home thinking that they were going to steal, Gene and Betsy's belongings or anything like that. If there was foul play, it sounds like it would obviously be someone who went in that home for the sole purpose of taking Gene and Betsy's life. But from the details that we know now, it doesn't appear that that's the case. It appears more as this may have been a series of accidents, and that's what led to this conclusion. But I'm going to stay on top of this because this is a story that I'm very interested in. It's a story that I have a connection to. So I'm going to stay on top of this story. And of course, I'm going to keep you all updated as I learn new information. Now, Monday, we are going to be talking about the Idaho 4. We have a lot of information to talk about when it comes to the Idaho 4 case. A lot of documents have come out. There's a lot of information from the suppression hearings. So on Monday, we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about all of this information. And on Monday night, I will be doing...
That's a lot better. Now I'm glad that now I want to say something in the beginning and say, I hope y'all watch to the end because that was some better information. I think that my gracious, Jean probably passed away, and she had a anxiety attack or something, and she had a heart attack, so she ran to get some medicine, and next thing you know, she couldn't take it and she passed away. She was in shock. That's the only thing I can think of, man. Only thing I know is that first bit about them tunnels and all that, you can get out of here with that mess, man. I'm mad over that. I'm mad I even clicked on it. You know, everybody want to throw something into making things bigger than what they gotta be. Shame on you for doing that. And the person said in the video that he was the wrong person. He was saying stuff like, you know, people gonna make their own allegations and everybody making up their own stories while your ass making up a story. That's crazy, man. So y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Put that in the comments. Please put it in the comments and everything. I would love to hear your viewpoint, especially on the first part of the video. Hey, y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out and rest in peace to both of them. And the dog.